Hello, my name is Yolanda Triplet. I am actually presenting my persuasive speech presentation on should the alcohol limit be, we're pretty much drinking 18 years old versus 21 years old. Now, should the drinking age be lowered from 21 years to 18 years old? I kind of feel like it should at times, but a lot of people will disagree with me. Um, I know that there has been a lot of talk about a lot of college students, um, underage college students for that matter, um, that has been drinking. And once they go to college, that's pretty much what they are going to do. And some of them, not all. But I just think it's about, how you educate the 18-year-old, your young adult, on alcohol for them not to be able to abuse it. Now, there has been a lot of people that may be opposing my decision on that, and there are quite a few interesting subjects that oppose it, um, that can argue to be true that that we should not lower it. One of them first being that lowering the drinking age would be medically irresponsible. Second, others feel like lowering the drinking age would give high school and middle school students easier access to alcohol. And third, lowering the limit from age of from 21 to 18, will irresponsibly allow a greater segment of the population to drink alcohol in bars and nightclubs. It has been medically, it would be actually medically irresponsible to lower the age from 21 to 18 years old to legally drink or purchase alcohol. Um, there are some studies that show alcohol consumption can interfere with the growth and development of a young adult's brain frontal lobes. The frontal lobes are essential for functions such as emotional regulation, planning, and organization. And the potential for the chronic problems such as greater vulnerability to addiction, depression, risk taking behavior, reduced decision making ability, memory loss, depression, violence, and suicide is actually greater when drinking at an early age. And you have a lot of references that I referenced to that would agree to that, which was in the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. Um, they did a research on dangers of teen drinking. And then you also have Brickmayer and Hemingway when they did their study in the American Journal of Public Health back in 1999 on minimum age drinking laws and youth suicide. Then you also have the American Academy of Pediatrics, who agreed the same with the policy statement alcohol use by youth and adolescents. Now, um, another one who also agreed with that would be the U.S. Government of Human Health and Services. The Surgical General's call to action to prevent and reduce underage drinking. That's back in 2007. So a lot of things kind of changed since then. But what I find interesting about this view is that, um, or what most other people as well, is that the brain is still growing and affected by early drinking. If I was to look at it from this angle, I would understand that younger people would already have had, have had, would have had, young people would already have a hard time planning and organizing without drinking and lowering the age to create a worse problem. This idea would be true if an 18-year-old was drinking, was faced with a breakup with a girlfriend, a boyfriend, kind of causing them to act irrationally by hurting themselves or other people. Now, it goes back to some of the other research and studies about how high school and middle school kids would have easier access to alcohol if they were drinking if the drinking age was lowered from 21 to 18, surveys kind of show that the most common source of alcohol amongst 18 to 20-year-old is that their 21 to 24-year-old peers kind of, about alcohol for them. Now, with I kind of find that it's interesting because there has been a trend of peer pressure and bullying younger kids to do things to feel accepted. And I'm assuming, alcohol could be one of them. I would notice the younger kids hanging out together and would younger than, I guess, 18-year-olds would, based upon this viewpoint. I think that this could possibly become. Um, I think that this could be a possibility because of the way teens are easily influenced these days. Now, there's a lot of people that say that as long as the teenagers are educated enough by an adult, then they feel like they'll pretty much be okay. You do have where it's kind of like about 76% of the bars that have sold alcohol to obviously intoxicated patrons, and that could be included with adults. And about half of the drivers arrested for driving while intoxicated with DUI or killed as alcohol involved drivers in traffic crashes, um, did, you know, did their drinking at licensed establishments. And so I guess another concern could be that while 18-year-olds not being responsible enough to handle the alcohol and then get behind a wheel, that can increase the chances of DUI. Now, this was my belief. Was another industry. It was something else to me that I find interesting about this viewpoint is that there will be older people in the bars, which will be an unsafe environment if a fight breaks out. You have the younger kids around may not be able to adapt to that or understand that. And if this was my belief, I would notice that in some of these clubs, there will be fathers, mothers, daughters, and sons in the same drinking environment, and that could be kind of odd. Now, the drinking age is a great debate, but ultimately, it will rely on the person. Most 18-year-old teenagers are trying to fit in the adult world and take on more responsibility. To lower the drinking age to 18 years old could cause certain things that wouldn't happen if they were not allowed to drink or purchase alcohol. The bottom line being that an 18-year-old would take the responsibility as a 21-year-old if the age limit was lower. And that's my point on that. Have a great day.